During the early hours of the night, when human activity finally slows down, Meowth begins his routine. He moves along empty sidewalks, scenting the air, guided by traces of grease, fish, and forgotten food. In neighborhoods like this, survival means staying alert at all times. A trash bag, freshly left outside a house, catches his attention. Jackpot. Fish scraps. For a brief moment, it feels like luck, but then the door opens. A Growlithe appears, territorial and relentless. It defends the space of the humans who live there. Used to the streets, Meowth relies on his agility to reach a refuge where his rival can no longer follow. Every attempt at a meal is a gamble. And yet, between one escape and the next, Meowth is not only searching for food. Sometimes he is searching for shine. Dented bottle caps, washers, small fragments forgotten on the ground. To him, all of it has value. For his species, shiny objects exert an attraction that is almost impossible to ignore. And sometimes they are not just bottle caps. At times, he comes across gleaming coins. These metal fragments are like silent, rare trophies. But shine rarely goes unnoticed. The strongest keeps the reward. Experienced in combat, clashes between Meowths can leave scars for life. This time, however, Meowth has one advantage: agility. It allows him to evade strikes, pull back at the right moment, and protect what he found. Despite the harsh life and the constant hunger, these small moments still offer him some measure of joy. But Meowth had won a battle, not the war. Persian. Nearly 3 times larger and around 7 times heavier, it represents a kind of threat Meowth knows well. For it, this is not only about the shine of metal, it is about dominance. Proud and vindictive, the other Meowths seize the opportunity to strike back. Weakened by Persian's blows, he can no longer fight back. Even after everything that happened, he still managed to save a coin. And he values it. Not for its worth, not for its usefulness, but because, in a life marked by constant loss, even a small glimmer can mean resistance. Even so, beyond the hunger, he carries with him one more shining piece for his collection. After months of surviving on almost nothing, winter arrives. Meowth moves more slowly now. His spirit is no longer the same. Food is becoming scarcer and scarcer. Between empty trash bins and bags already torn open, he finds a special coin. Meowth takes joy in so little that for a brief moment he forgets his own hunger. But the cold quickly reminds him of the situation he is in. Nearly out of strength, Meowth knows he will not be able to make it home that night. Beside his new treasure, Meowth no longer feels fear. He looks at the new coin and holds it close, not knowing whether he will wake up the next day. With the coming of dawn, Meowth's fate begins to change. Until then, humans had always meant the same thing: closed doors, withheld food, and hurried rejection. But this time, it is different. She sees him as an equal. She does not see an intruder. She does not see an urban pest. She sees a survivor at the very edge. For the first time, Meowth is welcomed instead of driven away. At first, the fear is still there. But little by little, Meowth begins to trust. For the first time, he sleeps warm and comfortable. Beside her, Meowth finally comes to know what his nights had never given him: safety. For the first time, he no longer has to cross the night alone to find a small glimmer in the dark. Now, the light found him first. Stay tuned for the next episodes to discover more details about these incredible creatures.